Goodness gracious, look at that bushing from that body mount. Talk about rust. That's a nut right there. I had to cut that off. Whew. Well, good morning, people. So, this is what we got to do today. We've got to get that out. You see all this mess in here? This is what it used to look like. Yeah. We got to get this out. So, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. That used to be a nut, or a bolt, I should say, with a nut on it for the body mount. That's going to be the funnest part. And then, of course, against the inner rocker, I've got to hack it off right here. This is going to be fun, especially since this is all part of the same. So this piece right here and this piece is just like this. Let me zoom back out. With this piece right here. So I've got to cut that. I'm just gonna zing that. Get out of here. So I'm just gonna zing that right off right there, and we'll see what kind of surgery we need to do to extract this. But that's basically what we got to do. Okay, this is what we got. Here, let me turn this fan off. So I've removed most of it. All right, so if you see right here, this piece, this is the other flange that goes up under this, what do you call it? Floor support, right? So I made a cut here I shouldn't have, and I made a cut here that I shouldn't have. I'm gonna have to repair that right there. So I gotta get this flange off. And there's a mess here. So look at all this junk that I cut out. It's just incredible. So this side right here, let me zoom out just a little. So this is where it used to sit right here, right? So that part that butts up against the inner rocker sat right here. Cut that out. It sits on this, which is kind of nice. So I know exactly where it has to go. I do need to clean that up still. So there's a lot of muck still on the wall. I got to clean up all that rust. I got to get rid of this lip right here. And it's going to sit right in here, but look at the size of this hole. I'll show you what came out of that. That is obviously way bigger than I need it to be, so I'm going to have to weld a plate in there, re-drill something. So that's going to be fun. This piece, I need to square off. Get that wire out of here. So I need to square this off somewhere over here, all right? And then once I set that guy in there, then I'll know how long this piece needs to be. That camera wants to focus on that friggin' wire so bad. So then, so I'm gonna zing this off right around here, right? And then replace it, and then I'll know how long that piece needs to be right here. So that's where we're at right now. I need to fix this. I thought that was gonna be sound, but no. Need to get that off the bottom right here. Got to get that off, and I've got to clean up the inner rocker. All right, so that's what's going on right now, but let me show you something. This right here was the old body mount, all right? So I had this, all right? This is my new impact driver. I did a review on this. Go check it out. It's a pretty good review of this. and it would not break this loose, right? So this stands up, you know, like this, and I had to cut this piece off right here. And then once I cut this piece off, I could then break that that bolt loose. So let me show you why I couldn't break it loose. And that's this piece right here. Look at that. That fat part at the bottom used to be a nut. As you can see where the bolt used to go through, but look how bad. No wonder why I couldn't break it loose. That doesn't even look like anything but just a slug. What a mess. Water can do severe damage over time. Now, of course, this truck is a 93. It's 2025. Do the math. Water's been sitting on this for a whole long time. So basically how this works is you got that fat bulby part at the bottom. And this is, and it sandwiches that L bracket right in there. Right there. It sandwiches that. And that, I believe, once I take this top part off. So I'll take that top part off. And we'll take that. There we go. So I believe the inner part of this is how big that hole was supposed to go. Right? Because that goes on right on top of that L bracket. That's all wallered out now. You know, and then this gets bolted in from underneath. And that's your bushing. What? It's just absolutely destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. So I believe the inside diameter, not this lip part, but the inside part is what that needs to be. So I got to measure that and see what that's going to be. Wow, that is toast. So that's where we're at right now. Fix the L bracket, get rid of that flange, cut this back, square it off, clean up the firewall so I can put that guy in there. All right, so I'm going to leave it right here. I need to practice welding because there's no way I'm going to get around it. I have to weld, so I need to practice. I'm going to show you my welder. Now, before you start judging me, yes, is a Chicago Electric Flux 125. I've watched a dozen videos where this has welded 3/16 steel perfectly fine, okay? And I know for a fact that this truck does not have anything that's non-structural more than 3/16. All right, so that body mount is maybe a 1/16 thick. So that's not going to be a worry at all with this welder. So basically, most things on this truck I can do. I'm not welding the frame. Nothing else needs welding. So, you know, with this thinner sheet stuff, I've got no problems using this welder at all. With that said, thanks so much for joining me on this adventure. I know it's a little short video this time, but I wanted to get something out. I want to keep the YouTube algorithm pumping by me releasing videos. So I'm going to be practicing welding, and I'm going to make a video on that. So if you want to have a really good laugh, watch my next video, and it should be entertaining. So I also got to dye that seat, the seat that goes in it. And there's all kinds of stuff going on with this truck. So join me in the next one, and like, subscribe, comment,